Well, hello. Welcome back to Pioneer Map. This is episode 13. In this episode, we have some, I would say, sad news. We will be selling our trusty Fiat. Stay to the end of the video and see what we replace it with. Here we have Illusion looking really good. Has the potential to make us some money, as I said in the last episode. Been offered quite a bit of money because he seems to be pretty quick and did very well in a point-to-point race. He's looking fabulous. Just taken him for a bit of a ride, given him a clean. And of course he's fully recovered from his slight mishap. Let's get down to the market, or to the shop should I say. We are going to be spraying off the big field that we planted in the last episode. Get rid of the weeds. And I'm just going to go through a selection. I want to get to the sprayers and just show you which one I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose the John Deere, which has sensors on it so that it'll only spray herbicide where it detects weeds. And that helps with our environmental score. It also helps with using less fertilizer and therefore cutting down the costs. So this is it here. Just have a look and see what sort of length we're going to make it. And then we get down to the see and spray. We'll activate that. It does push up the price quite a bit, but it's worth it in the long run. If you take into account the savings that we make when we use less fertilizer, plus of course it helps our environmental score, which pushes up the bonuses we get when we sell any product. And the thing, of course, it works on all product, regardless of whether it's come from this field that we're going to spray. As long as it's above 50%, there will be a bonus of sorts. Right, let's just fill this up with herbicide. I doubt whether we'll use a full tank, but we can always just offload it before we take the sprayer back. Of course, we leased it, we didn't buy it. So if we go to that lovely big field that we did yesterday. When I say yesterday, we did in the last episode. And we'll just open it up. We'll get the spray going. And then I'll put it onto a small little time lapse just to finish it off. We'll just go sort of halfway up here and then I'll put it onto a time lapse. And we'll see you after we get back from that. Off we go. Can't really see the spray, but I'll show you that later. Right, we're just about done. Just going to finish off the little centerpieces, and once we turn around I'll be able to show you what it looks like with the selective spraying that this machine does. You can't really see it from this side because the sun doesn't actually quite catch it right, so you can't see it changing, but once we turn around and we go back down the hill, we should start to see it. As soon as we get to an area where there's weeds that have not been killed, you start seeing it spraying. There we go, you can start seeing it. Just putting out herbicide as and where necessary. This of course is a huge benefit in terms of costs. Fantastic. Love watching that. Be nice to set it to a bit of music, I suppose. What a thought. Music while you're spraying herbicide. Just love it. Right, I think that's just about done. I'll just go and check on the maps and see if we've missed anything. I don't like to miss too much when I do the weeding. So we'll just get through to that. Yeah, you see there's that little triangle right in the middle. Yeah, so we'll have to just go and finish that off quickly. And then we'll get this sprayer emptied. And then return it to the store. Of course, there's no need to limit the width of the spraying because it will only spray where it is needed, so you don't have to adjust those blue lines at the bottom of that on the control panel on the top left hand there, which if we weren't using this spraying method or this sprayer, you would have to judge to save herbicide. You would have to adjust the width of spray. There we go, that's all done. Fantastic. We can fold this up. We'll get this back down to the farm area, and drop off whatever. There's quite a bit of herbicide in there. Right, so we've dropped that off, taken the sprayer back to the store. We'll just drop off some food for Mackenzie and just have a quick check on the sheep, and then we'll go and sell some of the silage that we got from the grass that we did in the last episode as well. Quick check on the sheep. Yeah, they still got enough food for now, got enough water, all looking good. I don't quite know why it's only putting one bale of wood on a pallet. I'll have to have a look into that because there's these two here and there's another one that I've already moved off, so I'm not sure what's happening there. Really not sure. I'm not too worried about it right now. They're not producing a huge amount, but once they get into full production, I think I'll have to investigate that and see what the problem is. Hopefully by then we'll have enough money to put up a bigger field. Well, they do free range, but we'd like to just clear off a little extra area of shrubbery in that so that they go messing around in it basically. So let's load this up. Now the problem with this Fiat is that it only takes about 15,000 litres of product. So with the amounts of silage that we do and the amount of silage that we're going to do in the future, it makes it really long and laborious task to fill up and run down to the store, fill up and run down to the store. And we've been going to the closest store, so we haven't even taken any advantage of the better prices of maybe going down to the other town, to the harbour town, and maybe getting a better price there. So I'm going to take this load out and then we will go and see what sort of trading we can get on the Fiat. In my discussions with the store owner. He will buy this back as he bought it at a decent price. He didn't tell me what it would be, but he gave me a good price on the Massey. And he's going to be keeping those Masseys to eventually start a vehicle museum. So if our whole endeavour is very, very successful, he will put up a museum. So there you can see, so it's over 4,000, nearly 5,000 for that load. And we'll bear that in mind and see what sort of amount we get with the replacement. I'm really, really sad to see the Fiat go. I really liked it. I loved the look of it. Even though the gearbox and I didn't always get on, it was a pleasure working with it. And of course it was one of the original surprises of this wonderful map. Well, let's go and see what he says. So he's looking it up in his computer now. Let's see what he's going to give us. Hold times. Oh, that's not bad. 42,500. So we'll take that. What we're going to do is we're going to buy a much, much bigger trailer. So we can transport more of the product at once. It all goes back to productivity, really. So instead of making 5, 6, 7 trips up and down, maybe we can do 1 or 2 or 3 maybe, depending on how it goes. Now I do have my eye on a trailer. It's not very expensive and is extremely versatile. So you can remove the sides, you can make it into a flatbed trailer to transport bales or products or whatever you need to. You can also leave it up with the struts up and use it as a logging trailer, and of course with the sides in you can use it as a crop transport. There it is there. Just a 23,000 with all the sides included. So all you do is you take it to a workshop, which reminds me we'll have to put a workshop up at the farm. We don't have one there yet, I think. I'll have to check that out. And there we go, that's all done. Brought the tractor down, pick it up. We'll go and do a load and see how much it takes. I think it does about 45,000 this one, if I remember correctly. 45,000 litres as opposed to 15,000. It's a big, big difference. And this case is such a brilliant tractor. I mean, at this stage it's the only tractor we use at the moment. It's the only one we've got. We don't need to have another one at this point in time. And we'll load it up. And because it's I think it's 249 horsepower, it can handle a lot of tasks. It can handle all the pulling tasks that we really need to do. There we go. Let's fill this up now. So the silage, we've got about 13,000. So this will put a nice big dent in that. Plus, of course, we've already taken the 15,000 down, so that's added on to the 113. What's that? 128,000. Plus, we've still got grass converting, so we can't complain too much about that. So we've still got a bit of money left over from the trading, from the sitting at a bank balance of about 35,000 at the moment. But as per normal, that'll get chewed up really, really quickly. Well, we'll just see you at the offload point. I'm not going to bother too much right now about pricing. I just want to get this done. I wanted to show you what the difference is in the load in terms of income, and that's not taking into account any diesel we might save. And the short trip's probably not a huge amount, but still. The only thing I do like is I always struggle with reversing these types of trailers. So you'll see me going to great lengths trying to pull in forward, which I should have taken into account before I try to sort of just caught the edge of the offload area, but it's going in, it's not a problem. So there we go, quite a big difference. And we'll head up to the bank. We'll head up back to the farm. Still haven't thought of a name for the area, but we will do. And we will end this episode here. Please like and subscribe. And thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, and see you in the next episode.